This is Humayun's tomb, and it was inspiration for the Taj Mahal with its large entrances and its domes, and we're gonna go check it out. And we're going inside. Got to check your ticket.
That's pretty something.
Indeed it is.
Oh God.
One thing that you'll learn about India is that the chipmunk population is huge. There are chipmunks everywhere.
I think they're squirrels.
They might be squirrels. I don't know.
We're gonna need Martin.
Squirrels. This is the best video I've ever shot. You can go even further inside. Oh, that's lovely. People really know how to ruin something that looks amazing by putting their name on it like it matters. There's people in there. This really has the feel of like that house that's down the hall, like down the street from yours that nobody's lived in for like 10 years, and then all the kids figure out that they can go there and do bad things. It's amazing that that's happened here.
So this is the tomb of the man himself. We're in the center of that giant building here, and as you can see, it echoes quite well. And we haven't been to the Taj Mahal yet, but I can see how this would have been an influence on it just based on pictures I've seen. There's nobody in here. It's really cool. There's no vandalism on the walls in here either. Oh, there's a little bit. Not a lot, though. Not like those other rooms.
This is the Lotus Temple, and it was built in 1986. Anyone can practice any religion that they want as long as it doesn't infringe on anyone else. So it's a pretty kind of open temple, and we're gonna go see what it looks like inside. Hopefully it looks as amazing as it does on the outside.
This is the first time I've seen clear water in a while. Their bodies floating in it. Okay, so this Lotus Temple is a Bahai temple, I think is how it's pronounced. And honestly, it sounds a little bit like a socialist cult. I mean, if you just look at the size of this thing, and they're definitely not scraping by, but they said they want to build a bunch of like hospitals and orphanages around the area. I mean, regardless, and they're kind of Unitarianism in a way where they're like anybody can come in and pray, but you can't actually like have a presentation of any sort. And I'm not sure if they have a day where they have presentations for whatever their specific religion is, but I don't know. And it looks like it sprung out of the 1800s, so it's a relatively new religion, and the guy that formed it was persecuted a lot apparently, and it's this little pamphlet says he was tortured, and who knows. I mean, who knows what exactly happened, but the building is really cool looking, and the inside of the building is really amazing, and we can't shoot any footage. You're not allowed to use your camera inside, but it's stunning indoors, and all of these pools, apparently somehow the cooling system inside utilizes these swimming pools that aren't for swimming. And the architecture is amazing. It's just a little bit of a shame that they're using such a beautiful building for such a boring thing such as religion, huh? Okay, so yesterday while we were walking around Connaught Place, there's touts everywhere in Connaught Place, and they speak really, really good English, and all of them have a friend in Colorado and so forth, and they all want to take you to a tour guide and get you to sign up for expensive tours all around India. So we were approached by a couple of these guys, and we had a really crappy map, and they were like, oh, if you come to this tourist office, we'll give you a better map. And we were like, all right, whatever, screw it. Let's go get a good map. So we go in there, and we start talking to the guy, and the guy is your normal, slick, clever, funny guy, and he's trying to give us all these quotes and all this stuff. And the first thing he says is he can do a all-day tour, basically, which is just an air-conditioned car with a driver. You rent a car with a driver all day in Delhi. And he said it was 14 bucks. And that's like astronomically cheap. So we were like, we'll risk it, screw it, let's see how it goes. And then, he gave us the map, and then he was like, oh, and I also do tours, we can do this 15-day tour through northern India. And then he gave us a quote of like $1,200 or something, which is just laughably outrageous. So we were like, okay, whatever. And he's like, well, you want to sign up for this 15-day tour? And we were like, well, we'll see how tomorrow goes. And so the guy comes and he picks us up this morning, and he's really good for the first half of the day, essentially. And we get to go to a lot of places and easily got our $14 out of them. And then he goes to a gem store because he wants us to, because he gets a commission, like drops you off at a gem store, and then they try to sell you fake jewels, and then they kick him, $1 or something. So we just walk through the gem store really quick, just because we've never been in one, so heck, let's take a look at what's going on. So we look at this gem store, and then we get back in the car, and we wait for him to get his money so he can get in the car, and then we go on our way. Takes us to the next place, and on the way there, he starts to set up that his shoulder hurts or something. I don't know what's going on. It's all part of his scam. And so we go to the next place, and we go to this beautiful, religious place. I don't know how else to explain it. You'll see in the video. And then we get back in the car, and he wants us to take us to go to his boss's office, and that's not happening. We don't want to go on this other tour anyways. And we're like, no, take us to the next location. And he starts talking about how he's going to switch drivers because his shoulder hurts and he needs to go to a pharmacy, and it just starts getting jumbled. So I'm just like, look, just take us back. It's like 2:30 at this point. We only had 1 or 2 things more we wanted to see anyways. So I kind of get in an argument with the guy, and he finally relents and takes us back and drops us off. But it definitely was a scam from the beginning, but I think we kind of scammed them. The thing that's sad about it is that if he had actually been honest, I probably would have given him a $10 tip. At the end of the day, and I go, think about it, we paid $14 for the whole day, and then an additional $10, that's a lot of money. So, I mean, they didn't get anything extra out of us. We definitely aren't going on their expensive tour because they were dishonest with us today, and he didn't get his tip. Really bizarre. They're not even good swindlers, but hey, whatever, it is India.